Dear film representatives, dear partners, dear stakeholders, dear colleagues, it's my honor to welcome you all today for the official launch of the 2026 LUX Audience Award, the European Parliament's flagship project connecting citizens to European politics and policies through audiovisual creativity. Few housekeeping rules at the very beginning. Some of the upcoming speeches will be in English, most of them, I hope for myself, but some will be in French. And if you need interpretation, back there behind the screen, which accidentally features my name, you will find headsets that allow translation in English and French. Our colleagues there are happy to help you and show you how it works. Now, to today's business. Jean-Luc Godard, I think, has once said, film is truth in 24 images per second. And if I now translate this and allow me to borrow this, as sometimes happens in the creative industries, to borrow and adapt this to the LUX Audience Award, European cinema, European film is the truth in 27 faces across the European Union. And over the next hour, you will hear from our speakers about the importance of European cinema, about its invaluable contribution to European values and democracy. You will see how the films chosen in this year's competition play their role through their powerful stories, through their images, and thus become a powerful tool to strengthen and defend our democracy. The LUX Audience Award clearly is a success story. It's the only film award in the world where the winner is chosen by the citizens and at the same time by members of an elected parliament together. It's the biggest audience award we have in Europe. Last year, the European Parliament alone organized more than 900 screenings of the nominated films in all 27 member states and actually beyond around the globe, with more than 90,000 citizens participating. Elected members from our house here, across the political spectrum, joined the screenings for discussions with the audience on key societal changes, raised through the films and taken up in the political and legislative work of this house. Today, we set out for this next chapter in the success story of the LUX Audience Award, reaching hopefully new audiences, engaging even more with the members of this House and the public in promoting our common values and the intercultural dialogue through culture. Please allow me now to welcome on stage and give the floor to the President of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola. Please.
Thank you very much, Philippe. Good evening to you all. I see many colleagues, starting with First Vice President Sabine Verheyen and also the CULT Committee Chair, Nela Riel, who have been really instrumental in putting together this evening and making it happen. And I would like to start by thanking them and all our colleagues in the services as tasked by the Secretary General to do so. So I will keep it short because I know I'm speaking to you as people who capture audiences for a living, and there's absolutely no way I can compete with that. So I just want to say what a pleasure it is for us to be able not only to host, but to open this year's LUX Audience Award here in Strasbourg. This is one of those moments in the calendar that I always look forward to. This year we have 5 fantastic films that have been shortlisted, and I'm delighted that so many of the people behind those films could be here tonight. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for being in the European Parliament, and welcome. I feel like every year the selection just gets stronger and stronger, and this year's shortlist proves just that. We have Christie, that tells a moving story of a teenager growing outside Cork about the power of community and of hope. As if raising children wasn't hard enough already, the beautiful Spanish film Sorda takes us into the everyday challenges faced by parents with disabilities. Love Me Tender shows us the discrimination still faced by LGBTQ+ families, even in modern-day France. Joachim Trier gives us Sentimental Value, a powerful family drama that won this year's Grand Prix at Cannes. And Sakharov Prize laureate Jafar Panahi is back with It Was Just an Accident, winner of this year's Palme d'Or for his powerful tale of political repression in Iran. Cinema, and Philip alluded to this, is part of who we are as Europeans. It is about freedom of expression. It is about celebrating diversity and about telling stories that connect us on this continent. And this is why the European Parliament has supported the LUX Audience Award since 2007, together with the European Film Academy, the European Commission and Europe Cinemas. And through the LUX Film Days free screenings, we want to make sure that people right across Europe, in every single member state, can watch these films, because this is what the LUX Award is about. Bringing European cinema closer to people wherever they live and giving them a chance to see Europe from a different perspective, which teaches them and which, when you watch on film, you never forget and you carry with you that experience throughout your life. Cinema also makes us pause. It lets us see the world through someone else's eyes. And when that happens, we understand each other a bit better. And we see more clearly the kind of future that we want to build together. A bit like we try to do here in the European Parliament, bringing different views into the same room, listening and working out, most importantly, how to move forward. As Christie's friend says to him in the film, you can't let the past get you down, you can have a future. That is the message running through these 5 films, and ultimately this is what Europe is about too, not getting stuck in the past, but always looking ahead together. So congratulations once again to all of you, and thank you for giving us these stories.
Thank you very much, President Metsola, for your kind words, for your inspiring words, and also for words that actually have, and this is the beauty of this president, words that actually have already said everything. But, as also is the beauty of a parliament, not by everyone. So, for that reason, we will continue a little bit deeper, delve into the 5 films which the president has now presented to you, and we will do so by, the lectern is gone, we will do so by a short appetizer of the class of 2026. And I would say, let's roll. Thank you very much. And over the course of the next half hour to 45 minutes, we'll delve a little bit deeper into the individual films. Before I do that, and before I ask the first Vice President to join me on stage, I would like to say that unfortunately the Mayor of Strasbourg, Madame Barsegian, was unfortunately unable to join us today due to unforeseen circumstances. But I would like to say, and also because there is a delegation of officials and representatives of the city here, we do very much appreciate the support of the city of Strasbourg for the LUX Audience Award, for this joint project, for what we are able to do together. Now, First Vice President, may I ask you to join me on stage? She is the first Vice President, as many as you know, first Vice President of the Parliament. And in her function, she is responsible for a great many things. But I somehow believe that one of her most prized possessions, one would say, but responsibilities, is actually the LUX Audience Award. She has been a fervent supporter of this award for many, many years, particularly during her tenure as chair of the Committee on Culture and Education. A very good evening to you.
Thank you very much for making me as old, but I was just 5 years chair
What
of the
did I
committee.
say?
10 years.
10 years. No, I said tenure. A word that I don't know that well, so I maybe shouldn't use it. So
Okay.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years of chair, but my heart is beating since I'm in Parliament for this prize, because my predecessor in the cult committee as a chair, Doris Pack, was the founder, let's say it like this, together with Wim Wenders at that time, to do something for the European film, for the European movies. And I think it is really an important prize we are giving, because it supports European values, European stories told by European actors and European directors. And I think that is something very special, because these films that are selected always are really European. Even there might be also an Iranian film or a Norwegian film or a film from other areas like we had in the past. But the stories are stories of people of our neighborhood. And that helps us to understand each other better than just talking about. Just making the emotional experience in a movie is different.
Thank you very much. Now, most of us have learned about the 5 films in this year's competition a few minutes ago. You already know about it a little bit longer. When you learned about the 5 films in the competition for the first time, what was your reaction, and what are you particularly looking forward in this year's cycle?
I think all the movies tell a very special and very personal story of relations between people, relations in families, things that happen, for example, by accident. There is an event that has nothing to do with the story that is coming up, the consequences out of that when people think, I know him from torture, from a prison, and that might be interesting. When I read I didn't see the movies before, that's clear. So I'm looking forward, because I want to know what is happening to that guy with his pregnant woman when he had this accident, which is a minor accident compared to what might happen later on. It's the same, the very personal situation of a deaf mother who gives birth to a child, and the fears that are there. I'm strong enough to give the right surrounding, the right environment for my child? Is it really what I can do? And I think these very deep emotions that are combined, not just with a normal pregnancy, but also in this very special situation, that also should bring us thinking about how is our society when it comes to real inclusion, when it comes to people with disabilities. Are we able to reflect that also in our behavior towards a family in such a situation? Also the other movie, like the story Love Me Tender. That's for me also a story that shows the situation in which women can be when they are different than perhaps the former husband expects. Takes away the child, the fear between the own needs you have, the own love, the own feeling, and then being, let's say, confronted with a situation that your child is taken away, and to fight for both, for your freedom, for your way you want to live, and for your child, and to combine that. Or the situation of the 2 sisters with a very successful father who suddenly brings in, when they have the hope that they get a better relation to this estranged father, and then suddenly, there is another person stepping in, taking away all the hopes. And what is coming out of that? What is the story in after this happened? And that makes me very nosy, neugierig, we say in German. I don't know if the word is right. Curious. That makes me very, very curious to watch these films, to take a look to that, and especially also the story of that young boy living in a neighborhood that is not the, let's say, privileged one, and how society adapts, and how also the community around you has an impact on the structure and the future of your life, on bringing you into a special direction or not. And that is so very European in the way how these values, how our society is reflected and mirrored. So I'm really looking forward to all these films, and I will check from tomorrow which cinema in my constituency will have the movie at what time. or I have to take a look for another possibility to watch them before I organize my film festival myself, because in my constituency, and I just can invite all the colleagues who are here this evening, it is very interesting and fruitful to organize a film festival yourself. Ask the LUX team if you can have access to the movies and organize it. I do it since many, many years, that I invite people of my constituency to watch at a minimum 3 of the movies, because that you can do on one day. And I invite them also to watch the others which are in the cinema before or after that. Because it is really good not to look these things just on a streaming platform, but to watch it together with other people in a cinema, to have exchange, have discussions on that, and really have a common experience of these movies, because it's totally different than sitting on the couch at home watching a movie. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. I think you whetted not only my appetite in going to start and watch the movies, and maybe now to discover a little bit more about the 5 individual films that we have selected. I'll come back at the end of this whole round with a bit more guidance to the members, how they can watch and rate, to the public, how they can watch and rate. I will also introduce the 27 young talents that we have from all the 27 member states here with us, who have taken it upon themselves to help us, to help this Audience Award over the next year, over the next month, to promote the films, to organize activities, noise around the film, awareness, discussion, screenings, and I hope we're going to have a wonderful edition. Vice President, thank you very much. So, now, the individual films. Let's have a closer look together. Our first nominee is Christie, produced in Ireland and the UK and directed by Brendan Canty. Canty, I think. So far, so good. Let's watch a short clip on that film, please.
Come on, boys. Bonfire night's in 2 weeks and we've collected fuck all. Get up off your arse, you lazy prick.
Shut your mouth.
Who's going to shut up for me? You?
Yeah, I will. Yeah?
Fiona, get off the phone and help us. Go away, you mug. Jordan broke up with you, so I know who you're talking to. Here, there's a hand there, will ya?
You robbing shit?
No, we're collected for banning night, you clown. Just lift that pallet out for us.
I nearly have it out, boys. Come on.
Hey, can I have the end of your fag?
You can, yeah. Come on, what did I tell you about smoking? You have to give that shit up, man.
Lads, would you leave him alone?
See you later.
You're, Shane's brother, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Thank you very much. I think now's as good time as during the whole evening to say that the European Parliament is providing subtitles for all the film in 24 languages. Dermot Noyes, may I please ask you on stage? He plays Shane in that movie. Thank you very much. Welcome. So, Christie portrays people whose voices are too often unheard. Young people from socioeconomically difficult backgrounds. The LUX Audience Award tries to give citizens the chance to engage directly in the cultural debate by rating the nominated films alongside members of the European Parliament. But beyond awards, how can culture be used, what would you say, to empower voices that are otherwise left unheard?
Hello, yeah, okay. So at the core of this film, it's about community. This is really what this film is about. And there's a real-life community in Cork that really inspired this film. It's called the Cabin Studios. And the three kids, actually four of them in the scene are all came from the Cabin Studios. It takes in underprivileged kids, and they teach them how to rap, how to produce music, how to write music. On the surface, they do that, but what they're really doing is teaching these kids how to empower their own voices and share their stories. And then in turn, they're really inspiring others along the way. Like they wrote this song, "The Spark," that it got like 1 billion listens and went viral. So I think that's really what culture can do. You know, it's really it's handing the mic to you know, people who are very rarely seen or are kind of forgotten or ignored, and it's really telling them, you know, your story matters. And I think every city should have a Cabin Studios. You know, it's absolutely magic. So yeah.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I think I'm personally very much looking forward to watching this film. Thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
you. Great. Our second nominee is Deaf, produced in Spain and directed by Eva Libertad. Let's watch a small clip of the film, please.
¿Es el sol el ser más poderoso del mundo? No. Porque la nube viene y tapa sus rayos. Entonces, ¿es la nube el ser más poderoso del mundo? No. Porque el viento sopla y la mueve donde quiere. Eso. Vale. Entonces, el viento es el ser más poderoso del mundo, no, que va, por mucho que, voy por aquí, por mucho que el viento sople, no puede mover la montaña.
Thank you very much. I would now like to invite Mrs. Porte, producer of the film, to join us on stage. Miriam Porte, a round of applause, please. Welcome. So, as I said before, with the help of our DG Trad, we are offering to all distributors, to all cinemas across the European Union, subtitling for all the nominated films in all 24 languages. But last year, we decided to do one more thing, to go one more step, and to actually do the subtitling for deaf and hard of hearing. And it so happens, and it's a very lucky accident, that deaf directly addresses the experience of the deaf community. How do you see initiatives like this contributing to the wider access and inclusion in European cinema?
Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for inviting us. Well, as I said, I'm Miriam Porte, the producer of Deaf, written and directed by Eva Libertad. I'm truly honored, to be here today with representing Deaf alongside such inspiring films from my colleagues. And answering to your question, I deeply celebrate the LUX Awards decision to offer SDH subtitles for all nominated films. This is a powerful gesture towards the true inclusion. This is subtitling ensures the deaf and hard of hearing audiences are not excluded from the emotional, artistic, and cultural experience of cinema. During its release in Spain, 100% of the screenings had subtitles. And this turned, the movie theaters into a space of convergence between deaf and hearing communities. And it was very touching, Initiatives like this help dismantle barriers and affirm the accessibility is a right. In times of growing individualism, Deaf reminds us of our shared humanity and the urgent need for a more inclusive world. I want to thank you to the selection panel for this recognition. And I want to thank Miriam Garlo, the lead actress, for her amazing debut as a deaf actress in a lead role. And also I want to thank Eva Libertad for her sensitive and powerful vision.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Another film that will be a true pleasure to watch. Now, our third nominee is It Was Just an Accident, and people, I have no idea how you can survive this. I'm dissolving up here. I would be so completely unusable in front of lights and cameras, but there you go. Our third nominee is It Was Just an Accident, produced in Iran, France, and Luxembourg, and directed by Jafar Panahi. We shall watch a short clip of the film.
کسخل جان این بابا صدا تو شنیده تو هر گوری باشی 2 دقیقه‌ای پیدات میکنه کون تو پاره میکنه حالا ببین شیبا خانوم تو اصلا چه شکلی به رفیق عمو سالارت اعتماد داری مطمئنی نمیفروشتتون اینی که من میبینم یه چک بخوره اسم همه رو به خط گفته تو هم واسه من بلبل شدی حق میکنی تو چیزی از حق بارت جوجه
تو چرا فقط فکر میکنی خودتی که میفهمی همه حق دارن نظر بدن
شما یکی که خیلی حق داری عروس خانم خب بالاخره سفید بخش شدی ازدواج خوب کردی فکر میکنی آمار 16 تو نداریم ما ازش پرسیدی بابا جونش چجوری راه 100 ساله رو یه شبه عین فشنگ رفت
تو چرا انقدر مثل بچه ها فکر میکنی چرا از این اون دنبال آتویی تو عقده‌هاتو سرشون خراب کنی چرا نمیخوای بزرگ شی
It was just an accident. Unfortunately, what was not an accident was the budgetary shutdown in the US and the implications it had on the LUX Audience Award event tonight. Because Jafar Panahi did not receive his visa in time to present the film in the US, which is particularly relevant as It Was Just an Accident is the French entry for this year's Oscars. So the French producer who was supposed to be with us tonight had to fly to the US to replace him. And we have only learned this yesterday and are very sorry, but we hope to have them present during the screenings we will organize here in Strasbourg and, of course, during the award ceremony in Brussels. But this then brings me to our fourth nominee, Love Me Tender, produced in France and directed by Anna Cazenave-Cambé. And let's watch again a short clip of the film.
Et là, on peut y aller comme ça? Ben oui, comme ça. Allez, vous avez 2 heures. Profitez, hein. Filez, filez.
Say mon Bobby, say mon P. Yeah, they could not fit on me. Same old cars, same old streets. But yeah, they could not fit on me. Well, easy.
Madame Cambé, welcome. Love Me Tender touches on several themes close to the European Parliament's heart, such as LGBTQ rights, parenthood, gender equality. In your film, the deeply personal becomes political, as Clémence fights to stay true to herself while keeping her family intact. En tant que cinéaste, quelle est selon vous l'importance de raconter ce type d'histoire à une époque?
As a director, how important is it for you to tell that story and to go beyond the misunderstanding and division that we have?
I'm sorry, I wrote it in French. Le cinéma est un...
Well, cinema can do 2 things. First, it can reach out to a broad public, a broad audience, and I think it's easier to go into a cinema than into an art gallery. In France, we're lucky enough that we still have many cinemas, even in very small towns. And for someone like me, who come from a small town, it was one of these rare places where a message could come to me from very far. Cinema also means that or gives you the time to think, to sit down and think about something together. It means that we can take a breather in the middle of this never-ending influx of pictures. With Love Me Tender, I really wanted to write a story, but also to picture a complex, nuanced person, someone who's not always necessarily good or moral, but someone who is looking for herself and is similar to herself and to every one of us. Someone who is drawn between her being a woman, her identity, and her child. So using this issue of parenthood is something, as a message to the children of divorced parents, to the women who are trying to rebuild their lives, to the fathers, to LGBTQI plus people too. Everyone looks in the same direction, and that is what cinema can do to us, force us to all look in the same direction. And thank you very much to the LUX Award for enabling us to do these films. Thank you indeed.
Merci beaucoup. Bonne chance dans ce concours.
Thank you and best of luck.
To the last film, the fifth and last film in this competition, Sentimental Value. Produced in Norway, France, Denmark, Germany, Sweden, directed by Joachim Trier, and let's watch a short clip of this film.
Du sa du ville snakke med meg om noe.
Ja. Filmen handlar om en ung kvinna, en ung mor som jag vill att du ska spela huvudrollen. Jag skrev det till dig. Det är bara du som kan spela den rollen.
And please welcome with me now on stage Jørgen Stangeby Larsen, the production designer of the film. Round of applause. Thank you very much. So we start the competition actually with the first record in this competition. You are the film with the highest number of co-production countries among the 5 nominated ones. Why do you think international collaboration, specifically European cinema and filmmaking, is so important?
Hello. Yeah. Well, I think it's important because it brings other perspectives, I think, and you collaborate and work with people that see your world from another angle, from the outside. I think that's healthy, and it kind of enriches the film and the process. I think as a production designer, I worked on many co-productions around Europe, and it's also very inspiring to work with people from around Europe, and I think it's also an educational experience. You share knowledge and you learn from each other. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And incidentally, I believe you have just given a very short, concise and fitting description of why and how the European Parliament functions as well. Because you come here, you find out that there are different opinions, positions, where you come from, who you are, what you believe in, and you learn to work together. It has been a real pleasure and honor for me to share the stage with the representatives of the four films and to present all 5 films to you tonight. Now let's learn a bit more about the award. As I said, the LUX Audience Award is a prize of the European Parliament together with the European Film Academy. For the European Parliament, the Committee on Culture and Education provides the key strategic steering, ensures the political guidance for this award, and I would like to invite the chair of the committee, Nella Reid, on stage, please. However, the Parliament, of course, also relies on its key partner, the European Film Academy, to implement the award. And I would therefore like to invite Matthijs Wotter-Knoll, CEO of the European Film Academy, to join us on stage as well. So, Mrs. Riel, what role does the European Parliament and the Cult Committee in particular play in the LUX Audience Award?
Well, first of all, I need to say, thank you for all coming tonight. It's amazing to see so many people that are interested in films. We as the Cult Committee promote the LUX Audience Award a lot. The LUX Audience Award for us is in general like a bridge between democracy and cinema. So that is very important for us. Concretely, we do do the subtitling. Of course, not us personally, not us the members, but we do have the amazing DJ Track, it's called, and they provide the subtitles. So that's one thing we do. Then, of course, we organize the screenings. Like we as members, and my colleague, the Vice President Sabine Verheyen mentioned it before, we as members do screenings ourselves in our constituencies. But apart from that, we organized, I think it was around 900 screenings last year, all across Europe. So I think that is really amazing. We really make an effort to bring these films to the public. And thirdly, of course, we do also, like I said, we provide the subtitles, we do the screenings, but also we invest into the younger generation, I would say. So there's this talent program on the future filmmakers that are also invited here, also here with us tonight. It's 27 members from all over Europe again. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your work. And here we hope that we will really be able to continue to work on the LUX Audience Award together with you later on. Then when it comes to the Committee on Culture and Education, of course, I need to stress that we as the members of the committee are the ones promoting the LUX Audience Award within the Parliament. We spread the word to our co-members. That's the first thing we do. But also we, of course, we do not select the movies ourselves, but we agree on a selection panel. Now, what the selection panel does is they meet in, I think, June, July, something like that, and screen around 40 movies. For us, it's very important that we have a selection that is very European value-based, I would say, and the selection we see here now, so that's our role as Parliament to play.
Thank you very much. And also, as an important aside, we, as the administration, couldn't do the work without the support of the Cult Committee, of the members throughout the year, so thank you very much also for your steadfast support of this project.
And the other way around. Right?
And it is a never-ending circle. Mr. Wotter-Knoll, the European Film Academy works tirelessly indeed together with us to promote European film. I mean, your key business is to promote European film, specifically for the LUX Audience Award. What are you doing?
So the European, a lot, I can surprise you actually. We do more than even last year because I was also very impressed by the 900 screenings. I must say that I'm here on the stage, but I'd also like to acknowledge Europa Cinema and Fatima Jumer, who is our big partner in this project. The European Film Academy represents the filmmakers of Europe, a lot of filmmakers of Europe, and it's important that every filmmaker who has now a film as well nominated for the LUX Audience Award reaches the audiences. We do this all year round, as you say, but this year particularly we do this, of course, linked to the European Film Awards that are taking place in January. And that allows us also in the next couple of months, where we have a big European award season, to promote the LUX films as nominated films as well. So they'll have a lot of visibility, including the cinema screenings. We include this year for the first time also universities in 25 countries all over Europe. So we have students watching the film this year, which is a new thing that we do. And I'm very happy together with the team of the LUX Audience Award that we could organize this. And I think last but not least, we'll just make sure that more and more films are also keen on becoming nominated for the LUX Audience Award. I know many people here in the room know the LUX Audience Award, but I think many people in Europe could still learn about it. And I'm very happy and very grateful that I think in the last years we've made big progress. There's more people voting and rating for those films. And yeah, I'm very proud to be a partner and very grateful that we can continue this project to this year. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, both of you. Dear guests, I see an increasing number of participants starting to try and get some air for that reason, I thank you very much for your interventions, and I would like to ask the Vice President for the final remarks on stage before I go to my last 3 pages of speaking notes. What would you like our audience to keep in mind for the LUX Audience Award 26 cycle?
From now, the platform to vote and to rank the movies is open. So that you have to keep in mind. So what you have to do too is go to the cinemas, watch the movies, go to the screenings, take part in the whole process. And I hope that a lot of members will vote this time too. The last time we had 90,000 people, citizens in Europe, watching the movies and voting. And I think that was an amazing number. I would hope that at a minimum half or 2/3 or even all members of parliament are watching the movies and voting on that, because all of you have a say in ranking the movies and finding who will be the winner next year in springtime, when we will have the celebration of the new LUX Audience Award in Brussels. What you have to keep in mind is, it's not just watching movies. It's a piece of participation in a huge community, and participation in our values, in democracy, discussing that what makes our society valuable and important. And I think you should really take something with you, not just from the presentation. Keep hungry on watching the films. I think for me it was, especially the presentations today, was again an argument to take a look, where can I see the movies as quick as possible, because I'm really cautious what's in the detail in the stories. Please use the time, take your time to watch the movies. They will be also screened here in the Parliament and around, so you have all opportunities really to take part in this wonderful award. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Dear guests, dear filmmakers, every single film, I believe, ends with the closing credits. It's no different this time around. The only difference is you cannot leave yet. You need to listen quickly to that, because it is important. We say, go and watch the film wherever you can. We are not alone in trying to make this happen for as many people as we can. We have partners without whom we could not run the LUX Audience Award. The European Film Academy, the Europa Cinemas, Fatima, many, many thanks here. Creative Europe Media Program, the stakeholders in the city of Strasbourg, Arte, Eurimage of the Council of Europe, the European Audiovisual Observatory, the European Producers Club, the Federation of European Screen Directors, European Film Agencies, the Society of Audiovisual Authors, and the International Federation of Film Distributors, Cineuropa, and many others who have always been and will be on our side. Thank you all very much. But now, watch and rate and get a glass to drink. Thank you for joining.